Hello and welcome to another episode of Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Chris Brown and I'm your host for this morning. This past weekend, the Flare Noteworks actually took their snapshot and sparks flew, so to speak. And the price of XRP was in fact impacted. So on today's episode, we're going to take a look at what happened to the price over the last 24 hours and take a look at who is Flare Networks. I'm not familiar with them myself, so I wanted to take a look at who the CEO is and what they're trying to do in the world of crypto, so stay tuned. So if we take a look at the price chart here, we can see that right before the drop was made, XRP spiked up to 59 cents per unit. Then right before, which is right about here, at around 3 o'clock California time, the price had dropped down to 58 cents. And as soon as the snapshot was taken, it was a dramatic fall all the way down to 52 cents. And it just simply kept falling. And then eventually stopped at around 48 cents, for just a little under 49 cents. It kind of wicked down here at 48.6, and then it came back and touched that as a base. And as of right now, it is hovering here. It's come back to the 20 EMA on the 30-minute chart, and it is hovering just under 52 cents. So what can we make of all this? Just real quickly, yes, in fact, the price did spike as a result of the airdrop. So there is a perception that there was some increased value in terms of the utility that this token, the Spark token, could bring to XRP. But immediately, there was a drop. So it looks like there was somewhat of a pump and dump scenario that happened with this. But then, we can see that it's kind of trying to regain its position. And if it gets back into the mid 50s, then, we can kind of evaluate that the snapshot and the relationship between Flare Networks and XRP is probably a solid one. So we'll have to kind of keep track and see how this is going. But more importantly, let's take a look at Flare Networks and who are they? Hugo Philon is the CEO of Flare. And I have a clip here that I want to show you real fast of a talk that he was doing to give you a little bit of an idea of where he is coming from.
In the internet and distributed systems and networks, we've created a new domain. It's extremely large, complex, international, and the systems we've developed so far to manage our interactions on that substrate, they have limited meaning. There are new risks, and we don't have ways to deal with it. So what we're trying to do in blockchain and distributed consensus is to try and shift the curve up and to the right in the same manner that democracy has done. Because currently, our interactions on this new domain are mediated by a small group of very large companies, and for good reason. It's immensely complex.
If you kind of head to their website, it's kind of a non-frills site, but it is definitely informative. So basically, Flare is trying to work on helping to create smart contracts for other crypto projects. So let's kind of scroll down and take a look at what Flare is trying to do. Okay, so Flare exists to solve two key issues. First, and of the immediate importance to the building out of the ecosystem, 75% of the value that exists on the public blockchain cannot currently be used in a trustless manner with smart contracts. Second thing they want to do. Second, and of the both short-term and long-term consequence, there are potential issues with how scaling is being implemented for smart contracts and networks today. The majority of new networks use proof of stake or its variants. These protocols derive network safety from their native token. So when we look at what Flare Network is trying to do with XRP, basically here, the XRP is a trustless representation of the XRP token on the Flare network, which enables XRP holders to use smart contracts with the XRP token. The ensuing ecosystem provides incentives for the agents to participate via earning fees as well as the capacity to arbitrage. So without getting into all the details, in the introduction in this paragraph here, basically Flare takes a good look at the dominance that XRP has in the crypto market space, in terms of its position as well as the number of tokens that are actually produced, and its essential effort is to increase utility of the XRP token, as it states right here. The Flare network and the Spark token enable the utility of XRP to be substantially extended by allowing for its use in any decentralized use case while remaining trustless throughout the entire process. By using the Spark collateral, a trustless representation of XRP called FXRP is issued, which allows XRP users to use smart contracts with FXRP token on the Flare network. So in brief, this, increased utility has got to, in some way, increase the value of XRP. And so I can understand why, the leaders at XRP and Ripple wanted to partner with Flare to see what this would lead to. As you go through this entire white paper, it gets really, really interesting. It talks about the FXRP system. It gets down here into the technicals of how it in fact actually works. Then we have the issuance and redemption, and I'm going to go through and read all of this stuff. I've skimmed it already, but it is quite complicated. And then it gets further down into actually price and how that price is determined between XRP and Spark. And so this is also a very interesting read as well. And going back to the Flare website, this gets into, how does Flare solve the issues? Flare, at its core, is a new way of scaling smart contract platforms that do not link safety to the token itself. And here, hence why they got their own token, which is then used within their own ecosystem. And it says, Flare brings together the value of non-Turing complete tokens with the transformative power of smart contracts on a network that can scale the value as well as transaction throughput. So there's an element of efficiency that they're looking at into as well. So this is really interesting. I'm going to continue to follow this and just to see the development and get better familiar with Flare and how Flare networks, if you will, and how they are going to begin to make their presence in the crypto market itself. So again, I hope this was useful to you. I just wanted to take a quick minute. I don't want this video to be too long. But if this information was helpful to you, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters.